All right, my homies, what is going on? I think we're live. I think we are live. God, I always get nervous before I do my lives. Even when like I do my rapids lives and I like back stream talking with whoever more than likely it's Crash. But I still get nervous, my homies. I don't understand why. Which has to do a lot why I don't even live stream, to be honest with you. For me, it's a lot easier to edit my videos and just kind of edit out the mistakes or edit out anything that I really don't want to be into the video. But look, my homies, honestly, just a rare occasion that I decided to do a live stream. Absolutely, there will be no format to this stream whatsoever. In fact, I don't even know if people would tune in because I'm pretty sure like Sava's streaming, Sean's streaming. Who else? I mean, that's usually all that streams all day long. So I didn't really. I was trying to figure out when to stream, but I said screw it. Let's just hop online and say what's up to any and all homies that decide to come and say what's up. Um, but like I said, there will be no type of structure to this live stream, my homies. I'm pretty sure the doorbell will ring with the kids thinking that my daughter's home to go play. So if there's any interruptions, my homies, I definitely apologize for that. But look, I know the title says let's talk Tottenham, no filter, just real talk. And a part of that is I kind of the reason why I guess I wanted to do this live stream is because content wise, I haven't done live streams in a long time. And it's been mainly just the long form type edited videos that I've been doing. And I sometimes just want to hop online and say what's up to you guys. You know what I mean? It's not always about just sitting down and editing the videos, which of course take a lot of time. But um, if anybody decides to hop in and say what's up, you know what I mean? Like this is just a perfect opportunity for anybody to say hi. You know what I mean? I usually try to respond to the comments that I get in my videos. But this, I guess, would be like a perfect opportunity for anybody, I guess, as well, too, to ask any questions or anything like that, or give me any type of advice live streaming because it's uh, it's hard to do, my homies. But look, no news on the Tottenham front. If I wanted to really talk about, Tottenham news, this live stream would be very short, or it would just be repetitive to what you see elsewhere, my homies. The same shit going on every day. Which really kind of inspired me to hop online right now. Just big up E. Yo, my homie, I'm doing my best at doing this streamer thing. Really, not much on today. Unfortunately, we did hear the sad news of Diogo Jota. Always sad to hear something like that, my homies. Which is why, I always encourage you to reach out to the homies. Big up, my homie, and just say what's up. Just say what's up. It's a very short it's like a very short journey that we have, my homies. And Diogo Jota is a prime example. You talk about two different spectrums of life right now. The homie was living his best life, getting married, winning trophies, and now, he's gonna be remembered for the rest of our lives, my homies. And that's just sad. So um big up to everybody. Hope you guys are well. Nothing really statistical value on this live stream, my homies. We're just gonna be kicking it. We're just chilling, talking Tottenham, no filters. I did get my tattoo done. I haven't released really the vlog or nothing like that, but um so at least I wanted to talk about that. I'm actually making a video. Um it's in the making of my tattoos. Like why I got my tattoos, how many I have, where they're at. Um, what's your thoughts on how the club has gone through a change in the management? Do you think that it will cause a change in ambition? Bro, I just look, man, my whole thoughts right now on what Spurs is doing is, you know me, homie. I like to just keep it kind of, uh, it's hard, bro, because I'm frustrated just as much as the next person is. I definitely like my thoughts on the management change, bro, is it was tough to take, of course, but then I started to realize, bro, that like this was gonna happen eventually, whether if it was gonna happen on a high, on a low, regardless of the circumstances, like we have to deal with it. So then, like once you realize that, bro, like, you have to switch your mentality. Like now it's all Thomas Frank. So that's my thoughts on the management. Do I think it'll cause a change in ambition at Spurs, or will it stay the same? My homie, that's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one, bro, because Thomas Frank is a. Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. No, bro, I don't even know none of that, bro. Like, the Donna Colin that I know is the fucking ignorant homie, fucking Elias. That's in everybody's community. That street. That's the only Donna Colin in Scotland that I've ever known, bro. I don't pay attention to the backstage shit. Big up, bam. I don't pay attention to like we got the new Arsenal guy, right? The Vinay or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is, bro. I like to watch. I like to watch the product on the screen, because at the end of the day, my homies, as a Tottenham fan, that's my point of view. I go to the pub here in Denver and I watch my team on a fucking tiny screen. You know what I mean? Like I don't go to the I go to very few matches, my homies. I'm blessed enough to say that I've been. But I'm not a season ticket holder. I'm not there week in and week out. I'm not even that close enough. So like my translation of Spurs, my homies, is what I see on the TV. And sometimes it's just whatever, like the broadcast shows me. Sometimes it's a lot of the feet and ball. Sometimes it's a goal celebration. You know what I mean? For the most part, it's all just basically I just I go to the pub, watch the game with the homies, hope for a goal so that we could just scream, shout, and for what we go for, you know what I mean, my homie. So literally whoever's at the top, like, will it change the direction? It probably is. And that's probably why they made the changes, is because we need a new direction. I mean, I don't know, homie. This is it. And Phil and I have a lot of similarities in that. Like, it is what it is. Like, just what will be. We are fucking Tottenham for life. It is what it is. Thomas Frank, Ange, Munn, whoever. I mean, um, I hope Levy doesn't end up regretting sacking Ange. It was a weird time to pivot away from him. But you know what, my homie? The more that I think about it, It was it was it was just what was best, bro. It was just what was best, my homie. It was just what was best. And you're talking about I fucking with pride, homie, fly my Ange Postecoglou scarf whenever I'm at the pub, but it was just what needed to happen, my homies. The fans, I mean, even though right now, like the fans are still completely on different sides. It's a different argument now, you know what I mean? Which sucks because you would have thought winning a big ass fucking trophy, to put it in them terms, my homies would have put a lot of that stuff to one side. But I get it, you know what I mean? I get it. The so-called bread and butter. For me, my homies, my bread and butter, like I just told you, is going to the pub, having a few with the homies, and and just watching. Whether we win or lose is something I can't control. But that's my bread and butter, homie. It was definitely a weird time to pivot away from him, but I also feel that like what's there's like a saying, and I don't know exactly how it goes, but like you cut your tail before it gets too longer, if that makes sense. Like, who's to say that let's just look at it, my homies. We've all done this. We've all done this in different streams. Let's just say we give Ange, like people said, oh, why not give him the start of the season? Why not give him 10 games? Why not give him till December? Well, yeah, that's fucking for me. That would have been an awesome opportunity for him because I feel like the team galvanized even more so after winning the trophy. The team, the club, the fans galvanized a whole lot more. And yeah, it just got swept away, homie. It just got swept away. Um, you would have thought that like that would have been enough to just warrant the whole next season. But what if we would have started the next season and shit wouldn't have been different? Like, what if we would have been getting opened up by all of these teams again? That's 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 the part that I understand. Like, I understand that frustration. I get the fact that like it sucks watching that because, like I said, what I see is on the screen, and I fucking hate seeing Tottenham losing. Trust me, I hate seeing it just as much as the next person, right? But yeah, I just hope, now with the way we're going, I think it's going to take a while to see the new direction. I mean, we could get a glimpse, right? We see now that we're trying to get the statues up of Bill Nick. You know what I mean? Like I got my gates up on my fist, my homie. You know what I mean? That's the last thing fucking Chelsea fans see coming, homie. I mean, I'm just joking. I got my what is it? My homage to Bill Nick. You know what I mean? So I'm glad the club is doing that and putting the gates up. So I've even seen that maybe that like the club already had that in thoughts, but you could only think that that guy Vinay, and I don't know his whole name, so I don't want to like butcher it, but the new guy Vinay, um, you'd only probably think that maybe he kind of accelerated that. I just feel like people are overhyping Frank because of how much they disliked Ange. Okay, I find it weird. I don't know what ICO means, but just respected both of them. Look, bro, and I agree. There's tons of that. I don't know who claimed. I think it's Daigle, the Ange rage. And yeah, like there is tons of that, bro. Trust me, homie. I went through that right away. Like I went through that fuck phase. Like fuck that phase. You know what I mean? I did. Let's all be honest. I don't think our fan base will ever be on the same page. There will always be differences of opinion and a divide. That's why I just go with the flow. Yeah, bro. What I do know is every Spurs fan wants what's best for Tottenham, and that's enough for me. You know what it is, my homie, and you're right. We all just have our own way of going about it, my homie. And that's the shitty thing, bro, because so I don't want to like say disrespectful shit to people because of course there's people in the community that have like huge feelings, but just because people are season ticket holders and just because they go to every game home and away by that's their choice. Like that doesn't mean that like that gives you the right to fucking make no, I don't want to say make you feel you're better, but feel that like you deserve more or that you're entitled to more, if that makes sense. So you're right, Phil. Just go with it, man. Just go with the flow. And I totally fucking get that, my homies. Yo, Phil, you know what, bro? I just want to take a side note, bro. I remember making my video of my vlog, bro, and this is how how crazy people are now in the world, bro. Like they're just so enclosed. I literally stood around Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with a Colorado Spurs jersey, like out in my hand, bro, to give away. And everybody like just fucking kept like walking by me, bro. And I'm like, I wouldn't say nothing. I'm like, here, like, take it. And people are like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I must have walked around and gave like four of them away. I'm super glad the homie Phil ended up getting one though. It probably doesn't fit you, Phil. Phil, I know that, my homie, but big up. I still appreciate you being there, bro. That was fun times. I'm hoping I'm going back November 9th against Manchester United. Um, We'll see, my homies. Like that's the date that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna book like the flight and everything as soon as possible because they're half price, my homies. That's why I like to go in April and November. The tickets are half price. But yes, E got some merch as well, my homie. E got some merch as well. Um, A Colorado Spurs scarf, my homie. Big up, big up. And now that I'm doing a lot more with the Colorado Spurs, I want to find a way. You know what? Before I started my live, I kind of thought about talking about this, but I would hate to bore you guys. But let's see here. Let's be grateful for today. We have food, shelter, family, nature. I don't like cold weather, but I thank the universe for it. You know what, my homies? That's a positive way of thinking. You see how the homie said, you know what? I freaking hate the cold weather. But if it wasn't for the cold weather, my homie Edward right here wouldn't appreciate the hot and cold. I mean, the hot and warm days like he does, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And that's exactly how I am, dude. Like I resonate with this comment so much because um you're right, bro. We have food, shelter, family. You know what I mean? And I thank God that I have that stuff. You know what I mean? Because I pass by people here on a regular basis that don't. Um, a proud honorary member of the Colorado Spurs. You sure are, my homie. You sure are, bro. November 9th, I'll be there if I could get a ticket. Bro, I told you so. Look, I think I need to re-up my fucking Spurs one Hotspur membership, which is why and of course the window doesn't open for the tickets yet, bro. But I already told you, homie, when the window opens up, bro, I'll figure out how to get in contact with you, Phil, and I will make sure when I put in my application, bro. If you want to go, we could put in the application for you and the homie. What is it, Jack? Is it Jack? The homie Jack, I want to say. Um, and we'll sit together, my homie, if that's something you want to do. Jack. I was close. Ended up having the merge, bro. Yeah. Oh hell no, I know it wouldn't fit you, bro. Trust me, I know, bro. Not saying anything about you. I just know that I was tossing out like just random sizes. You know what I mean? I know I went to Bricklayers to watch the what was it? It would have been the Bodo Glimt game. The second match, was it? I don't know, Frank, one of those matches. And I ended up giving one of the homies there like this double XL, and he was like, you don't have anything smaller? I'm like, bro, that's all I got with me, homie. But bro, I'm serious, my homie. I'm serious, bro. Colorado Spurs, and in fact, I just had the meeting yesterday with the homies. I'm gonna start taking over more responsibilities of like the backstage stuff in Colorado Spurs, and that includes the ticketing stuff, my homie. So, but look, Tottenham wise, my homies, I'm really not surprised we haven't signed anybody. I don't even know if it's really been official that we signed the what is it, the Japanese kid? Was that made official, my homies? I just really try not to dive too much into the speculation because don't get me wrong, it makes for content, my homies. I do put it on the TV, but it just gets to be too much. Like sometimes, and again, you got to tread carefully, but I just wish sometimes some people would take a few days off and just let the old algorithm take a little bit of breathing room. You know what I mean? Because um dude, all week long it's just been horrible, the same like speculative shit, and me, I'm a content creator, so I pay attention to titling and stuff like that. I didn't like the way Ange got shafted, but if Frank could get a trophy beating PSG, I'll be on the Frank train. So look, my homie, I totally, I mean, I talked about this a bit earlier. Like I was upset with the whole move, um but I mean, I'm gonna put my feelers to one side because I'm an avid and a freaking loyal, and I'll still continue. Like I'm still gonna go to Esther's this year every once in a while and take the big Ange scarf because, like, for me, I'm always gonna be forever grateful for what that man did for us. And I agree the way that they just did that to him was unfair. But it may have already been written on the wall. I mean, look, Ange kind of like in his press conference towards the end of his tenure there, I kind of want to say like he kind of was kind of felt like that. You know what I mean? Like he obviously came out and said plenty of times, like, himself, the writing was on the wall. So I can't really be mad at him. And then again, like 17th in the league is only is 17th in the league is only excusable if and when you win a humongous Europa League trophy like we did. So I don't think they could say, that was the reasoning for it. I just there could just be other things that are going on. The homie E kind of mentioned it. They've made managerial moves at the up higher up. So that's probably not something that they just thought of and decided to do. That's probably something that's been planned for. So maybe Tottenham just decided to go a different route. It's always possible. I tend to look at, the positives, or maybe the brighter view. However, it still stings, my homie, that they did Ange that way. Bricklayers is fire. I'm a fan of it, bro. I'm a fan of it. Um, Ange kind of knew, he wasn't bitter. He even said, "Yeah, yeah, what will be, what will be." Um, because, like I said, I mean, we don't know what goes on behind the screen. I mean, all we know is what we see. Even these ITKs, they only know so much. Granted, they do know more than the average. Um, there's still stuff that even they don't know. Um, all we can do is support the team and hope it works out. That's absolutely right, my homies. It's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So I was saying earlier, my homies, I'm actually making a video of my tattoos. Um, I just like I just sometimes like what I lose motivation to make the videos. It's hard to find it, my homies, which is why I decided to a live stream today. I was actually gonna start editing it, and I'm just like, I couldn't. What does the homie say? I couldn't give a monkeys. I couldn't give a monkeys, but absolutely no Spurs news. Let's take a look at it right now, my homies. I'm gonna go to Tottenham website and see if they have anything on the media watch. I forget that I could share this screen, my homies. Let's see if there is anything. Oh, I may need to switch the one that I'm sharing, my homies. Let me. So when I go look at, like, when we're rumored to somebody, or when we're rumored to this or linked to this person or to that person, I don't ever really trust it until I go to this website and see something on here. Now, I know the ITKs and stuff like that will put their shit on Twitter, but you're looking at a guy that I don't fuck with Twitter. Like, I have it, but you won't ever see me really like tweeting anything like that. The homie said the new signing for Tottenham women looks like Sunny. I have not, excuse me, I have not really seen too much. I did see we signed a new female Asian player for the women's team on Instagram, which is one of the social medias that I do like to use. But I don't ever really hype anything up, my homies, unless I see it on the Tottenham website. And I actually used to stream like probably like 2 years ago, and I used to go over stories that I would find in here. But I haven't even really been doing that in here. Because look, Jermaine Defoe names two worst trainers from his time at Tottenham. Bro, who gives a fuck? English star snubs Tottenham's interest, commits to Premier League rivals until 2023. Now, is it going to share this page or not? Okay, it's not. Well, you see what I'm saying, my homies? Nothing, no fucking news. And people want to be saying it's the meltdown, it's the meltdown. I ask you, my homies, what is melting down? Yo, is it still hot in the UK? Anybody still? I just thought about that because right now I don't even want to go outside, dude. I'm like secluded in my room and in the living room right now. Lipstick, come say what's up to the homies. We got lipstick. Smash a like. So smash a like for the stream, or the dog gets it. I guess I should say, my homies, if you're still here, smash a like. It helps the algorithm share this stream to people. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna pull up the new signing, my homie. Let me pull up the new signing. Where would I do that at? The same Tottenham website? Yo, I'm so illiterate when it comes to using you would be surprised how illiterate I am to like maneuvering. Oh yeah, right there off the bat. Let's go. I got it right here, my homies. So it took a minute, but I got it. Welcome to Spurs Toko? I'm intrigued on how we would pronounce that. But yeah, my homies does give. I mean, damn, I almost said a Rodrigo Bentancur type comment, but I would have got canceled. Toko Koga, let's go. Look, I will. I'm not even gonna sit here in front like I even pay attention to the women's league. I know they got rid of their manager as well. So, like I said, my homies, is it a controversy? Is it what is it called? Conspiracy theories. Something's happening, my homies, because they got rid of that fool as well. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I don't know, my homie. I think is she Korean? I can't. Damn, I guess I should do my homework before I just go do that. Let's see. A new defender arrived at N17 Wednesday. Japanese. Oh no, she's been competing there. From Osaka, Japan. Ah, okay. Yo, I actually have been watching a lot of content. Yeah, bro, I almost did, my homie. But I stopped myself there. You gotta be careful, bro. And see, I come from an era, my homie, much like I say a lot of words that would get me canceled. You know what I mean? And um I gotta be careful, bro. You know what I mean? One, I wouldn't be able to monetize a lot of my streams because I just tend to like spew out cuss words like a sailor, and that's like a bad habit. I even do it in front of my mom, and like I don't even like mean to do it, my homies. Don't even mean to do it. Yes, be safe, my homies. Be safe. Be safe. I'm definitely not gonna be streaming for too much longer. I just wanted to like scratch an itch. She's fairly tall. She could thump Matters. Well, to be fair, Matters seems like he's pretty thumpable. Not to say anything. I mean, you know what I mean? Just I sounded wrong. It just seems that like he's not the most. Oh shoot, was my microphone right the whole time? I just don't feel like he's the most handsy type guy. Like he definitely probably get beat up by the majority of the guys in the locker room. Just my opinion matters. But yeah, ah, take a look who's streaming. Somebody's got to be streaming. How long have we been streaming for? If we've been streaming for half an hour, we're good. Yeah, half hour. That's not a bad little stream to kind of just dip my toes back in. You know what I mean, my homies? I don't have an issue doing my rapids content just because like I kind of have already some sort of a game plan when I do that, but um not this stuff. Simon called Matters flaky and you want him on your team and you wouldn't want him on your team. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like look, it's definitely you do want him on your team because he could be a fabulous player and a very pivotal player. But at the same time, he does just seem like a fragile, like just a drama setting, um, just like a shitster as well, maybe. Um, I don't know. I just feel like I get those type of vibes. But look, I mean, the guy's a European, a Europa League champion, so I can't take nothing away from him. Big up to Nick, the Round Table Talk. Hope you're doing well, my homie. Hope you are doing well. I decided to hop on a stream and just get my mind going, bro. I was trying to make a video and I just got discouraged because you know, man, a lot of I know that when was mental health month? A couple of months ago. I wanted to make a video about it, bro, because you know, as a content creator, I struggle with that shit a lot and it affects the way I make my videos and when I do and don't. And I haven't made a video lately because I haven't really been feeling the best, my homies. Oh, haven't been feeling the best. Speaking of feeling the best, I want to send a shout out to the homie Jacob. I know the homie Jacob has got something going on that he was dealing with in his jar or something like that. So I hope you're doing well, my homie. Hopefully you see this on the replay. June was June was mental health. Well, you know, here's the thing about that, bro, that I was even thinking about. It's honestly fucked up that they only give it a month, like, because the awareness should be throughout the whole year, I think. I don't want to say especially for men, that's fucked up, but, you know, I just say from a men's point of view, like, it would be good to have something like that just more often, I guess. If and when, of course, you're that type of person that is able to express yourself like that, my homies. Um, But yeah, I guess I'll take this opportunity to talk a bit about like what I'm gonna got going on for the channel. So I do, I have a plan for my Tottenham content for this year coming up. I want to do like you know just the reaction pub videos that you know, seem to generate, you know, tons of views and get new subscribers to the channel. Basically, the videos that the channel has become synonymous for would be like the match day at the pub. So I want to do like a simple, short version of like just the pub stuff. And then I want to do like a more, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but like in my videos, I try to add a more cinematic vibe. I try to add more like a more presentable feel to the videos. And I want to make like the reaction video for the people that just watch that, because the thing about my channel is it definitely is a mix of subscribers, right? I have people that subscribe to the videos that are just the match day vlogs. I call them vlogs. They're not even really vlogs. They used to be more of a vlog. And then I realized that people just enjoy seeing like the celebration, the chants, and when Tottenham are doing good. So I've narrowed it down, and I think I'm on a good way of being able to present um, the Colorado Spurs point of view of being a Tottenham fan, right? Yes, May. People in the construction industry have a high rate of suicide, so mental health is important in your industry, bro. You know why, homie? Damn it, I know I'm going back and forth, but I'll just side note. You know what it is, bro? So we spend a lot of time in our own head. Me myself, when I'm in the machine, I only hear myself, my own thoughts. I drive a lot. I'm always in my thoughts. So I definitely could relate to that. I appreciate you, my homie. I appreciate you. Um, so I definitely don't want to not make the match day vlogs. And like I said, I've narrowed it down. Even like when I record them at the pub, I've got that down to a system where I could come home and not spend a lot of time making my videos, which is what in the past has kind of been my biggest challenge, is trying not to spend as much time making my content, and still make a good product. So I want to be able to make a more extended version for the homies that, cuz don't get me wrong, I know that like I have homies that watch my videos, whether if it's a work video, whether if I'm trying to make fucking Yorkshire puddings at my mom's house, whether I'm doing this live now, or whether I'm just doing some off the wall shit that I want to record camping. I know I have homies that would tune into that. You know what I mean? And I know there's people that are interested in what Colorado Spurs has to offer as a fan base as well. Because at this past final, my homies, I think we had close to like 250, 300 people, you know what I mean, packed into the pub. So that's amazing. And I know, like, I see, like, when I meet people in London at the stadium or at the pub, when for example, the homie here, Chris, I appreciate you, my homie. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a dope feeling, my homies. You know what I mean? So I know there's always going to be the homies that want to see what type of video I put out. So for that, I am definitely grateful. And I want to be able to. I think I told the homie Nick this. Like, when I make my videos, I try to focus and channel a lot of my creative energy from like what's going on in my day to day. Like if I have a bad day, I'll try to focus the energy and just like, you know, make it into a video, right? And sometimes it gets tough, my homies. Sometimes it gets tough to be a content creator and still keep it, you know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. Whether my wife kicks me out again, my homie. Yeah. Bro, it was so funny because when I recorded that part in my vlog, my homie, it had just got done raining and I'm in my tent. And by the way, I had everybody like whistling and singing the Johnson again, ole, ole. So I got out of my tent after like 20 minutes of just fucking straight chanting. And I thought about like, yo, okay, like I've got enough B-roll footage. Like I got enough intro footage. What could I do? And I was like, yo, I'm out here in the wilderness. And in the footage, in the video, you see my son like walk behind. He's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, it was just so funny. My sister-in-law was like, oh yeah. It's like, I had such a fun time camping, my homies. You guys have no idea. Big up, Brian Dago. Big up, everyone in the chat. Leo, hope you're well. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, homie. It's hard to get motivated. It is definitely hard to get motivated, my homies. Especially like when you have to come home and I've got a rapids footage that I'm eager to do, but I gotta help out, make some stuff, and me making my videos, my homies, and doing what I do is definitely I don't even like it's definitely a hobby. It's more than a hobby, you know what I mean? It's something that I love to do, but it's something that I'm only able to do if and when like the circumstances allow it to happen, which is by choice, you know what I mean? Like I definitely would prefer, don't get this wrong, my homies, but I would prefer 1,000 times to watch like the same movie I watched with Leah 1,000 times, to watch it one more time than to hop on and do a live, you know what I mean? So like the title says, a rare live. So I do appreciate the homies being here. Leo again, ole ole, you know what I mean? Footage of the bald eagle was dope, dude. So it was actually kind of crazy to see a bald eagle that close in person was just hectic, but there was two of them, and there was this fucking crow that just like would fly around and just like kept like pecking at them, and the eagles were just like, they make this crazy noise, bro, like this high pitched like nasally noise, and it was just such a dope. Like the rain, just where I was at, it made for a dope time. So I hope the video by a fraction was able to give it justice, because it was Chris, like it was literally, I want to say maybe 60 yards ahead of us, you know what I mean, like, and the camera just came in, swooped up, tried to get a fish. It did that like 2 or 3 times. It was unsuccessful, just like us, my homies. We didn't catch anything, my homies, and here I am, like, I talk shit to my stepdad Alan. He's like, my stepdad's a huge fisherman. He was growing up, when my mom met Alan. I was already like in my my teenage years, maybe? I don't remember, but he was tying his own flies and was a huge outdoorsman, and got us into fishing for sure. And he claims to be like this huge fishing guy, and I always talk shit to him that like I'm gonna outfish him. And yeah, well, nobody caught anything because we absolutely sucked at it. But had some fun times, my homies, and like even the camping vlog, I feel like, it took me a long time to come out with it. Why? Because I had other stuff that I could definitely do that was more time sensitive, like my video I did when we sacked Ange. Well, actually, because I fucking found out we sacked Ange on my way back, which was horrible. Um, the Pids are favorite. Oh, my homie, tomorrow we're going to war tomorrow. I forget, bro. Here tomorrow, 4th of July, we have one of the biggest firework displays at the Rapids game. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking about blowing off the Rapids game tomorrow to my brother's house, because normally we have a family barbecue 4th of July, and it's only this will only be the second year that I'm a Rapids fan and going to the game. So I'm gonna talk to my wife today and see if we're gonna go to the Rapids game tomorrow, or if I'm just gonna say, you know what, it's gonna be family barbecue. I could definitely do both of them: barbecue, family time beforehand, then Rapids afterwards, and then fireworks afterwards. But we'll see, my homies. My son found a video of an eagle picking up a goat and flying and dragging it up the side of a mountain. Dude, the eagles are fucking huge, strong creatures, bro. Strong animals. And it was funny, dude. One thing that what I seen when I was uh, making the video that just didn't make the cut was, my son was like, "Damn, that's very patriotic, right?" Like, just seeing like the bald eagles in the rain, like the whole hunt in action. And I was like, "Yeah, goddamn nephew, bring me a goddamn Budweiser." It was just funny, bro. I'm the type of person, especially like with my family, my kids. So my oldest daughter was there, right? Brianna was in the video a few times. My son Isaac. So they're 19 and 15, and they have the same sense of humor as I do, and they both speak like freaking sailors. Big up, my homie. We're just kicking it, bro. We're just kicking it. Thank you for stopping by, homie. I appreciate you. We're just chilling, bro. Um, so it was fun, like to kick it with them. I don't know. I got sidetracked there, but my kids were in the video, you know what I mean? It was just, oh, I was saying, it's so funny to see my kids' personality, because I see like myself in their personality too, you know what I mean? And when I'm around my family, like, it's just nothing but laughs and jokes. And so that's why, like, a lot of the vlogs had a lot of laughs in them. Um, yeah, kids, hope you're good, my homie. We're all good, bro. We're just chilling. Um, it's either this, or you could go tune into the same shit you're gonna see on the YouTube, my homie. Um, but yeah, I guess like the stream, my homies. If you haven't already, like the stream. It doesn't take too much, right? Uh, but yeah, my homies. Kids, have you checked out the new tattoo? We'll see. Let me see if I can get the camera to give it some more justice, my homie. I'll put some lotion on that joint. Yo, my brother Capo's the artist, right? My tattoo artist, bro. He's such a fucking dope guy, bro. Like, first of all, big up to Cap. I absolutely love you, bro, and I'm super grateful. Um, tattoos are fucking expensive, bro. I've got my cousin that did my first tattoo, this one, and I guess I won't divulge too much, but my cousin that did my first tattoo, he's got one of the biggest tattoo shops here in Denver, called Iconic Ink. My cousin Merc Tats, has won tons of awards. He's one of the best tattoo artists in Denver. I say that proud because he's a Diaz. I'm a Diaz. Like, this is my cousin growing up. You know what I mean? Uh, he went to jail, went to prison, learned how to tattoo, came out, completely turned his life around, and like I said, has prestige tattoo shop. I just can't afford to go there, and my cousin is not, and I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like, my cousin has like a 350, 400 an hour dollar, an hour, $350 an hour, price tag. And there's people that pay that, my homies, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like, and absolutely so. My cousin's ink is fucking worth it. It's just way too expensive for me. Now, my brother studied underneath of my cousin Merc, and my brother now has his own tattoo, shop, privado. And my brother is definitely on the right track, my homies. He did my Ledley King tattoos, done the majority of my tattoos, my brother. And my brother does it for a fraction of, and he, you know what, like, and this is what I love about it. And I tell him, bro, this is how much money I got to offer you. You know what I mean? For the tattoo, this is the idea that I want. Can you tattoo me this? And he's always like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking go huge. Let's fucking go huge. And I'm like, bro, like, I fucking feel bad sometimes, man. I tell him, like, I feel bad, bro, that you do my tattoos for a fraction of the cost. And he's like, and my brother is, and this is how, humble he is. He's like, bro, I just appreciate you letting me tattoo you. So I'm very, very, very grateful that my brother is an awesome tattoo artist and able to do that. Otherwise, my homies, I'm not even gonna lie, I wouldn't have these tattoos. I just wouldn't have them because fuck, I I just couldn't afford it. I could not afford it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. I got to get some work done too. Blah blah. Love you. Hit me up if you need to talk. Don't get too much into your own head, Vant. I'm here. Yeah, of course, bro. Let's go. Let's go. My grandmother hated tats. Saved me money in the end. Yeah, my grandmama did too, man. But um, now we just tell her hi. She's up there on the mantle right there. Ink is in the eye of the beholder, and it's good. And if it's good, someone will pay. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And every tattoo artist, every creator, every person that sells something, you put your own value on whatever it is you have, whether that's your time, your words, your art. It is what it is, bro. Um, but yeah, that's because what I was saying earlier is I was making a video of my tattoos and I just got discouraged, bro. So I figured I not discouraged, but just sidetracked, you know what I mean? I think I have like that, I struggle with like ADHD as well, like where I'm like off the walls, bro, from here to here to there. So I was like, you know what? I'd much rather just talk to the homies instead of sit here and talk to the camera for a bit. But yeah, bro, it gets frustrating. I put on the YouTube and can't even find nothing good to watch, my homie. Yeah, homie, we all have something, bro. Don't feel bad, bro. If it ain't ADHD, homie, it'll be something, dog. And don't you fucking feel bad about it, homie. And don't you feel bad about it, bro. Um, but nah. Kez, where are you at, bro? Where are you located at, homie? In the East Coast? 4th of July in the United States. Yeah, East Coast, right? Yeah, yeah, I remember that, right? We were talking about how was the player doing anyways, bro? What the fuck's his name? Yeah, I don't remember, bro. Were we talking about the homie from the Rapids? Seb Anderson. Didn't he go to your local? Yeah, 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 yeah. I knew it, bro. I knew it. I knew it. Yes, let's go. D5. Appreciate you, my homie. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. D5 always wanted to say what's up too. Yeah, Seb Anderson. Bro, the Rapids have been the Rapid. I know this isn't a Rapid stream, but like we've been up and down, bro. We've been shy this season. Hey, one of your best players. Good to know. Good to know. You know what, bro? I honestly feel that US needs to do uh they need to do promotion relegation. MLS has way too many teams in it. They could definitely do with a promotion relegation system. 20 teams in the league. If you're really about your business, fight your way back up if you get relegated. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's just say if the Rapids didn't make the cut, well, you know what? If you really want to be about your business, you got the stadium, the money, put it where your mouth's at, and fucking, get your way back into the MLS. For me, I think that would create a big competitive culture in the United States. I know that the USL team here in one of the USL teams, is it one of or a USL team here called the Switchbacks in Colorado Springs were actually the winners of their league. And you're thinking like, bro, that would be such a dope rivalry to have, like the Rapids versus them. Like, what the fuck are they waiting for? Like, this is two huge clubs in the Colorado area. They need to start doing that. But I just feel like uh football in the US, it could definitely, and I see it, bro. Like I see it. I try to follow MLS, but I just can't, bro. I definitely I stick to the Rapids, don't get me wrong, but and I know just little about the teams that we go up against. But yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping for USL. Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Imagine a promotion relegation with USL and MLS. I mean, I know that's probably never gonna happen, but yeah, look, my homies, I doubt there will be any signings this weekend. I mean, we're kind of being silent, my homies. Just heard my neighbor yelling at her kids. Just heard my neighbor yelling at her kids. Dudes, I've been off of work this whole week, dudes, on vacation. I guess vacation, not vacation, but just been chilling off work this whole week. You know what it is, yo? When you kick it at home, you end up hearing like you're obviously when I'm at work, I don't know what the fuck goes on at home. And then I'm here like this whole week and I'm like, dude, I just want to go back to work, my homies. This Ratcliffe needs to put the court settlement in the bag. What do you mean by that, my homie? I'm interested to know. What do you mean by that? The scrub Ratcliffe. That's the guy from Manchester United, right? We have a lawsuit with Ineos, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I'm interested to know what you mean by this, my homie. I've read from the very fringe of ITK say Kudus will be confirmed today. Uh, Hold on, bro. It's already 2. That makes it 9 p.m. UK. Possible 10. Have they done? Did they do Thomas Frank at like 10 p.m. or something like that? Have they been doing them in the nighttime? So you are actually probably. I mean, that could happen, homie. Yeah, but I want to know, like, what does he mean by like the needs to put the court settlement in the bag? Like, does he need to? Do we need to pay up and put the money in his bag, or does he just need to take it on the chin and forget about that bag? Or I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one there because I know Ineos is he's part owner, and they had or have the sanitary stuff in the stadium. Because if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, is Ineos. So now what is it, like a conflict of interest or something like that? You know what I think is fucked up a bit about being a conflict of interest is what's going on with Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? They're not able to, or they don't know if they're going to be in the Europa League. Yeah, no, bro. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's cut our ties. We don't need to have a sponsorship. We don't need to fucking use their product, bro. We could use somebody else's stuff, right? Or I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy with Palace. Imagine, bro, Palace just won a huge trophy as well, bro. First trophy, making it to Europa League, and to be find out that you might not get in, bro. That is tough. That would be tough. I think, and I think I guess we will talk a little bit about some of the rumors. I think a lot of people just read into a lot of what's going on with Eze and the fact that we haven't signed him. The bottom line is we hear about these price tags and these so-called willing to do three installments of so much. Like, bro, what in the hell are you on about, dude? Do they really whore themselves out that much that they're really like just like, oh, three installments, Daniel Levy? 20 million each or what, bro? Come on, my home. That's why I don't feed into that shit. I just feel like, yo, maybe Crystal Palace have something that's going on as well. Like they don't know if they're going to be in the Europa League. If they're going to be in the Europa League, do you think that they want to get rid of a player like Eze? Do you think that they want to get rid of Glasner? No, they're doing all that they can to keep these players because their best intention and their biggest hopes is to play in Europe next season. So if Eze does or doesn't leave Crystal Palace this season, my homies, I can guarantee you that like Ange said, the writing's already on the wall. And a lot of it too was I was waiting. I was one of these people that was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna fret until the 1st of July. Then that date has come around, and of course nothing. And I'm still thinking to myself, like, just because the 1st of July came around, like, doesn't mean that like, bam, okay, 1st of July signings. There are teams that are doing that, my homies, absolutely. But these are the same teams that you expect to be doing this shit. Liverpool, no surprise, they do their business like that, like that. Chelsea, even quicker. You know what I mean? That's not a surprise. Man City, who knows how they're still signing people, but they're getting signings. You know what I mean? And they're able to draw whoever the hell they want. So I'm not surprised. And then one thing that I seen today, of course, that bothers me, but of course doesn't surprise me is Kudu's bid was supposedly rejected. And I start thinking to myself, all right, here we go, my homies. Here we go. Here we go. Low ball offers from the homie Daniel Levy. Trying to get in a player. Look, Kudus, I don't even know much about him, my homies. I don't even know if he's I don't know. I don't know much about him. I know I've seen more of Eze just because Eze for me is a more flashier name, and I guess I would pay more attention to an Eze than I would Kudus, or nothing. Not trying to take away from him whatsoever. I'm just saying I don't feel that like none of these players for me I even know much about. You know what I mean? I've kind of gotten to the point where I just wait. I've gotten to the point where I wait to wake up because obviously I'm 7 hours behind London time. with notifications that we signed somebody. You know what I mean? It happened with Basuma. I was excited about that. Woke up, first thing I started doing, we signed Basuma. What the hell? Who else? What was like one of the biggest fuck man, that was probably, I hate to say it, but that was probably like, damn. I kind of want to say Basuma was the last time I was like antsy when I got the notification. Madison, yeah, I agree. Madison deal shocked me as well. So even since then, like, and I know that like the whole Fab Paratici thing is to be linked with like a bunch of people, or what do they say? Throw a bunch of plates in the air and see which one lands or whatever. Um, yeah, I remember that. Wasn't it that like he was going to Newcastle, but then the ITKs came out and said that he wanted to stay in London or he wanted to be in London or something like that. So yeah, and there are people in the know that do know, So that was a lot of no's. Um, However, I just choose not to really feed into it. I don't. I would say even Brian Daigle asked me. Like, I hopped on stream with him a couple weeks ago, and he asked me like, "Yo, a player that you would like to bring in?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't even like watch enough football outside of Spurs to like say, oh, I think." Actually, I lie. One player that I think would do good in our system, my homies. Um, McGinn from Aston Villa, the Scottish guy. McGinn? Don't know his first name. Matty McGinn? Don't fucking know. McGinn from Aston Villa, I think would he for me he reminds me of like a Hoiberg-esque type player. Not that I'm a fan of Hoiberg. I just feel like last season definitely we could have benefited from having that type of player in our system. John McGinn, my homie said John McGinn. There's just this is a player that sticks out when I watch Villa play. McGinn. So that's one player. Yeah, McGinn would be solid. See, that's one player that I could say, you know what? I've seen this player. I would like to have him at Tottenham. And that's not even a flashy name. If I was to go onto one of these bigger platforms and say, yo, I'll bring me in McGinn, bro, I'd get fucking berated, my homie. So um, so for me, yeah. Lunch pail type, bro. And Hoiberg was that. Like he just was also a bit more shit. And I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful to Hoiberg, but he just there's similarities in the two. That's all I'll say. I would prefer a player like McGinn in our midfield, bro. I think he would shore it up. Adds adds more than what a Bentancur does. More than what a Basuma would defensively, more box to box as well. Um, Lively has that engine in him. Shithouse as well in him. Um, you could see he plays for the badge. Scottish bloke, got to be a tough motherfucker. Um, Captain material. He's a captain at Villa. I mean, damn. The more and more I think about it, I'm more and more, bring John McGinn in. Player that maybe could thrive under a coach like Thomas Frank, which is something that Thomas Frank is even myself in the video that I made after just researching, I guess, with if you will, and the eye test and just everything you hear about from Brentford. One of the homies at Colorado Spurs is like best mates with the Brentford fan and always goes to Dallas to watch the Brentford match with them. So he when we got Frank, like he was all about it, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, man, I don't know, but um, you think about a player like John McGinn coming into Spurs would probably shore up a lot of the problems that we have, especially linking the defense with the midfield, playing as an anchor there. I could be wrong, my homies. I think of players like him. Um, This might be a selfish shout, but I think of players like Raul Jimenez, older player. I know he's an older player, but even like years ago, I would have loved Spurs to bring in Raul Jimenez. One, being Mexican, but two, the passion, the heart, the way the Wolves fans embraced Raul Jimenez, the way he's loved by them. And then now at Fulham, even after his injury, come back, even a harder worker, tons of dedication, always in the right place, poacher, great finish. Um, Raul Jimenez would have been a good player in my opinion, as well. For me, the midfield is the toughest thing to predict. I have no idea how Frank will set us up. Don't know if he's going to play with the single or double pivot, a 10 or 2 8s. Absolutely, homie. And the thing about it is, based off what we're kind of led to believe, he may be flexible enough to do that, to do one game and to play double pivot